Bold and the Beautiful. Why fans think Luna Nozawa will bring a baby to Will Spencer's wedding. There are soap theories, and then there are soap theories. On The Bold and the Beautiful, where marriages double as battlefields and every bouquet toss can be a grenade, fans have become expert detectives, reading body language, timing, wardrobe choices, and, most importantly, past script patterns. Lately, one speculative chorus has grown louder across message boards, Facebook groups, and spoilery corners of the internet. Luna Nozawa will show up at Will Spencer's wedding, and she won't be empty-handed. Below is a creative deep dive into why viewers are buzzing, what it would mean for the characters, and how such a moment would fit perfectly into the soap craft book. This piece blends fan observation, the current plot skeletons that have been reported, and a cinematic imagining of the wedding day drama. Because in soaps, the what-if is sometimes as good as the what-is. Luna Nozawa's trajectory on B&B has been one of those modern soap masterclasses in oscillation. Sincere ingenue, cunning manipulator, dangerous obsession, reluctant victim of her own schemes. When a character's arc is packed with contradictions like that, fans know two things: writers are invested, and exits are rarely tidy. The late-stage twist that Luna might be pregnant, and that baby may be linked to Will Spencer, lit match after match across fandom forums. Those whispers hardened into near certainty as rumors of on-set exits and plot teases spread. There's also the meta angle. Lisa Yamada's portrayal of Luna won awards, drew headlines, and then culminated in reports of an on-screen exit or exit confirmation, a perfect setup for either a full stop or a later, dramatic re-entry. Soap history is littered with presumed dead returns, surprise babies, switched paternity tests, and dramatic wedding interruptions. Fans know the tropes and know when the pieces are being laid. Here are the specific things viewers point to when they say, "Yep, Luna at Will's wedding, with a baby." A. Timing and story momentum. The pregnancy beats happened right around peak tension in the Spencer-Forrester world. Writers love to time dramatic reveals to coincide with other big events. A wedding is soap gold because it gathers the family, amplifies stakes, and gives maximum audience reach. B. Character motivation. Luna has a history of extreme moves to get what she wants, or thinks she needs. If she believes a baby belongs to Will, whether that belief is true or manufactured, showing up on his most important day is the most theatrical, attention-demanding move possible. Luna's behavior has been mercenary toward emotional outcomes. A wedding is a stage and she's always been a performer. C. Spoiler seeds and exit rumors. Media outlets and soaps-focused sites have speculated about Luna's pregnancy, potential DNA twists, and even Lisa Yamada's exit. Those kinds of external signals make fans suspect a big finish, or a big last hurrah, timed to a public event like a wedding. D. The ethics backdrop. This storyline has generated ethical and viewer discussion heat, including cast commentary about consent language and the show's handling of it. Those debates increase the emotional weight of any aftermath. Custody battles, DNA tests, and wedding interruptions all become plausible narrative fallout. Public commentary pushed the story into a civic conversation, making a sensational wedding moment more narratively tempting. Why weddings? Because they are narrative pressure cookers. Fans know three things. 1. Weddings gather every major character in one location. 2. Weddings guarantee maximum camera time and emotional payoff. And 3. Weddings are tradition-rich settings for revelations in soaps. When the fandom stitches together Luna's motive, the possibility of a pregnancy, and Will's own layered family ties, the wedding becomes the logical stage for revelation and confrontation. Also, fans are storytellers in their own right. The possibility of Luna, complicated, dangerous, deeply wronged and wronging in equal measure, barging into a wedding and flipping the script is deliciously theatrical. It's the kind of scene that inspires reaction gifs, think pieces, and long threads where people debate the moral and personal fallout for each character. Let's be cinematic here. Fans sketched two popular variants that would generate the maximum emotional avalanche. Luna arrives, perhaps after a dramatic car chase or a clandestine bus trip. In her arms, a swaddled baby. She strides into the reception with purpose. Cue stunned silence, whispers, and possibly a collapsed bride or a father shielding his son. Luna announces, loudly, that the child is Will's, or that she intends to prove it, and drops a demand: recognition, custody, or vengeance. The immediate storylines: DNA tests, legal fights, public shaming, and a rift between Will and those who love him. Why this version works for writers and fans: it's irreversible. A baby changes arrangements, custody, legacy. It's dramatic in the moment, and it forces private relationships into the public eye. The visual of a baby interrupting an already fraught Spencer-Forrester union is designed to fracture alliances, and that's pure soap engine gas. Here the baby might be a prop in a grander con, a switched newborn, a baby she claims is hers but isn't, or an empty stroller used for emotional extortion. Luna's manipulative history suggests she could engineer an illusion designed to destabilize Will's life without the messy long-term logistics of a real child. The payoff would be the same: chaos, tears, and a dramatic unspooling of trust. Why this version tempts fans? It fits Luna's established pattern, deceptive theatrics. It keeps options open for a future twist. The baby really could be someone else's, and it allows writers to pivot. DNA test reveals, reveal of the real mother, etc. It's the kind of storyline that lets the show wring months of conflict out of one wedding interruption. Let's play this out like a mini-screenplay, the sort of scene fans imagine at 2 a.m. while scrolling spoilers. String quartet plays. Light falls and honeyed bars over tables set with white linen. Guests murmur. Will stands at the altar. His smile is nervous but solid. Katie watches like a mother about to lose a child again, eyes flinty with protectiveness. Bill's jaw is a cliff. Close-ups on the gathering faces, a mixture of joy and the brittle knowledge that this family's weather is stormy more often than not. Cut, garden gate. A flurry of motion. A figure appears, Luna, hood down, determination in her stride. She's carrying the baby, a tiny hat, pink socks, but she's not fragile. She moves with the intent of someone who has rehearsed confrontation in the mirror 1,000 times. Reaction shots. Whispers. Will's smile falters. Will freezes. The camera closes in on breath held across the yard. The quartet goes wrong, a violinist drops a note. Katie stands. Bill's face goes hard. Betrayal is a familiar weapon to him. A guest stands to block Luna from the path. Luna's line, theater in soap form. She steps forward and, voice clear and defiant, this baby is Will Spencer's. He deserves to know, and so do you. The words are a match. Some guests gasp. Others laugh nervously, thinking it a twisted joke. Denouement. A scatter of phones. Someone is already filming. Will's eyes narrow. Is there a flicker of recognition between infant and man? The cameras cut to close-ups of concerned family, to a bride whose world tilts. Luna sets the baby on a bench like a proclamation, part claim, part accusation. She refuses to leave. Security is called. Someone mentions a DNA test aloud. The scene ends on a single frame. The baby's tiny hand reaching for Will's finger, the beginning of a season of unspooling. If this wedding interruption happens, the show has rich dramatic soil to till. Below are the likely, and delicious, consequences. Short-term, DNA tests and media firestorms. The immediate drama would involve paternity tests and the wardrobe of lies that will unravel as labs and lawyers take center stage. The Spencer name is wealthy, public, and litigious. The story will go national within the soap universe, and journalists will clamor. The spin cycles will be brutal. Medium-term, custody battles, divided loyalties. If the baby is Will's, Katie and Bill will face a moral illegal tangle, protect family reputation or defend the child's rights. If the baby is a fake, the Spencer family's public humiliation could have long-term consequences. Either way, loyalties fracture and new alliances form. Long-term, legacy and redemption arcs. Luna's story is fertile ground for redemption or further descent. If she's genuinely pregnant and then loses the fight, she could unravel in ways that bring her back to danger, or, conversely, to a path of atonement. If the baby is revealed to be someone else's, the fallout might end with jail, exile, or a twist, the classic soap not dead, just hidden treatment. It's easy to reduce fans' excitement to hunger for scandal. But the reason this specific theory resonates runs deeper. It's about identity, consent, legacy, and the cost of secrets, recurring motifs on B&B. Will's lineage, Spencer versus Forrester pressures, Luna's disputed morality, and the show's history with family legacies make the possible baby a symbol of more than scandal. It's a living test of what the family will protect, at what cost, and how they define truth. Moreover, soaps serve as cultural conversation starters. The Lulu a Will arc has already sparked debate, including among cast members, about consent language and narrative responsibility. Placing a baby at a wedding forces the show, and its audience, to confront those issues in messy, public ways. That friction is, for many viewers, why they keep returning. For balance, fans also list reasons the theory could be theater rather than fact. Practicalities of production. Babies on set are complicated, Logistics, legal considerations, and story continuity make writers cautious. A fake baby or a staged interruption can deliver drama without long-term complications. Actor availability and exit plans. If Lisa Yamada is departing, as reports have suggested, the writers might choose to write Luna out definitively without a long-term custody storyline, perhaps by confirming a miscarriage or staging a final crime. Publicized exits often signal tighter wraps, not open-ended returns. Ethical backlash. Given the public conversation about how the storyline treated consent, the creative team might avoid pushing a baby claim moment that could reignite criticism. Each of these is plausible, and soap writers are pragmatic. They weigh spectacle against long-term storyline sustainability. Across forums, fans fall into a few camps. Through its coming camp, these fans comb scripts, promo clips, and actor sightings. They point to Luna's personality, timing, and spoiler seeds as near proof. They don't normalize this camp. Some fans are worried about how the show handles consent and fear a sensational baby reveal might gloss over complicated issues. They call for careful writing and responsible resolution. The "this is soap, bring it" camp. Many simply want a dramatic, theatrical moment that jolts the canvas. For them, wedding interruptions are a cherished genre highlight. The skeptics, these watchers think the show will choose a safer route, a fake baby, a staged scene, or an off-screen exit, all tidy, all effective. These reactions mirror the hybrid role of soaps, entertainment and cultural touchstone. Fans are both story hunters and moral auditors, ready to applaud a well-crafted twist or to call out narrative missteps. If Luna does crash the wedding with a baby, here's what thoughtful viewers say would make the moment good television rather than mere clickbait. Honest consequences. No quick writing away of the moral and legal stakes. Authenticity in how the show handles paternity, consent, and custody. Strong performances. Scenes that let actors inhabit the mess, not just scream and storm off, but show nuance, shame, confusion, fierce love, and protective fury. Narrative honesty. Avoiding cheap retcons that treat trauma as a plot device. If the child is Will's, the emotional logic should be honored. If it's not, the reveal should feel earned. Room for complexity. Luna should not be flattened into a villain baby machine. Her motivations, abandonment, longing, manipulation, should be dramatized with context that allows for depth. Fans want the spectacle, yes, but they also want the writers to respect the human fallout. There are a handful of narrative rules that make this theory not only plausible but almost inevitable in soap grammar. Gather the family. Big secrets are revealed where the most witnesses are. Weddings, funerals, business launches. Use a trigger. A baby is the ultimate trigger, physical, symbolic, and unignorable. Delay and twist. Soap writers love delayed verification, DNA tests, switched lab results. The claim is revealed, then contested, and then expanded into months of fallout. Return and reinterpret. Presumed exits are rarely permanent. If Luna leaves center stage, she can be reintroduced later as a repentant mother, a mastermind, or both. These rules are a playbook, and B&B has played them before. A Luna with baby wedding surprise would check every box. Even if the show ultimately chooses another path, this theory matters. It shows how engaged audiences are. They are mapping character decisions, reading between production lines, and making moral arguments about narrative responsibility. Whether Luna interrupts a wedding with reality or with a crafted lie, the fan conversation itself becomes part of the story. In soap opera culture, the rumor mill, the forum, and the spoiler board are all unofficial writers' rooms, a place where audiences try on future scenes, pre-grieve for character losses, and demand justice when plots collide with ethics. Luna at Will's wedding is, in a way, a communal dramatization of how we imagine consequences to land in lives that feel, to so many fans, like family. Spoilers and rumor coverage suggesting Luna's pregnancy and potential return have appeared on soap's dedicated sites and forums. Fan discussions and Facebook group threads have been active with Luna will return with a baby theories. Reporting on Lisa Yamada's status and the on-screen exit confirmation provides the meta-context that makes a wedding re-entry plausible. Commentary from actors and outlets about the storyline's handling of consent has raised ethical discussion that fans factor into how they expect the story to unfold. Soap Dirt, celebrating the soaps and other spoilery sites have explored DNA twist possibilities connected to Luna's alleged pregnancy and the Spencer family fallout. Imagine the scene fades to black after Luna's proclamation. The next episode opens not with answers but with faces, while pacing a darkened room. Katie at the window, hands clenched, Bill staring at a photograph dumbly, the baby cooing in a nursery that's suddenly full of strangers. Outside, a city continues. Inside, a family is asked to choose what matters. In the soap opera world, most people choose their own narratives first, and family second. That's the throb of the genre. The collision of selfishness and love, messy and human and impossible to look away from. Whether or not Luna crashes Will's wedding with an infant in her arms, fans will continue to stitch together clues, pitch their own dramatic scenes, and push the show to do better by complex stories. And if B&B were to stage that exact moment, well, the internet would combust in real time, and daytime television would have another classic wedding interruption story to add to its long, glorious ledger. I 8.